Keeping up with PHP versions is one of the hardest things you have to do as a WordPress developer. What seemed to be like the 7.4, the latest and the nicest, now we're at 8.3, right? And the support for 8.3, the active support, is going to end in a year from now. There's obvious benefits to these new versions. There's like language features being added. From the user's perspective, you want your site to be running faster. And if you get it out of the box just by upgrading to a PHP version, it's a no-brainer basically. As a developer creating this application, especially for something that is distributed to the wider world, right? So where you don't control the servers where that code is going to run on. And I was thinking like, why don't we just ask the PHP binary itself whether a particular version can support the syntax that we have? Because there is this -l flag for PHP that says the syntax checks only. I was thinking like all we have to do is like create some environment that has all these PHP versions, and then we run this -l on all our project files, and it's going to tell us whether something is supported or not. Well, turns out it's not that easy. So I created a Docker image that basically includes several PHP versions. It's called a PHP multi-tool, right? So when you're running that Docker command, you can specify which PHP binary to use, and automatically, so if you mounted this to a project that has like a composer, your composer with its own dependencies, it will know to run this version that we are specifying here, because that's what the default PHP binary is. And there is this other tool, the parallel-lit, is also included in this Docker image already out of the box, the latest version. It is a PHP-L on a bunch of files in parallel with all kinds of niceties, the formatting options of the output, the syntax highlighting basically on all the syntax errors. However, let's try this idea and see how far we get with asking PHP itself, right? So I have this example.php. So this is my imaginary project. It has this super class that has all kinds of things, right? So I'm going to be running the php-l command against the example.php file. Now, what do you think is going to happen? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so unsupported declare for the strict types. What about this? Yes, line 6. That's the return types. So if I run this with 7.4, no syntax errors detected, right? So now with 8.4, what about that one? No errors detected, right? So the issue is basically that the linter that is built with the binary does not execute the code. So it builds the syntax tree, and to best of its abilities, it just checks for fatal errors. Now the solution to this is the PHP code sniffer. It has multiple rule sets, right? And one of the rule sets is the PHP compatibility. We're going to go to the code editor, and here typed it in. So this is going to be running within the 7.4, right? The standard we're applying is this, and then we're targeting versions PHP 5.6 and above. So let me just pass the example.php file in here. You notice this is 4 errors and 2 warnings, right, produced. This has been deprecated since 8.2. The string type declaration is not present in 5.6 or earlier. And the function keyword was introduced after 7.3. So let's say our project does not support anything below the 7.4, we can run this, and then in that case we can only get these 2 things. Now, unfortunately, this rule set itself, the latest stable version, so if you did whatever the README says you should do is require it in your project as a dependency at that start version, it's actually going to pull in the latest stable version, which does not give you the rule sets for the latest 8.4 version, basically. The community tooling for checking the compatibility needs to keep up with whatever is introduced. As mentioned before, you do need to pull in the dev version of this library in order to get the full support. So let me know if you have any questions.